Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Biological Concepts. Today's topic of discussion is toxoid versus antitoxin. The definition, examples, differences, similarities will be discussed here. Also, how the toxoid and antitoxin are produced will be discussed here. So stay tuned. First of all, we will discuss what is toxoid. A toxoid is an inactivated toxin, usually an exotoxin, whose toxicity has been suppressed either by chemical or heat treatment, while other properties, typically immunogenicity, are maintained. So, basically, this toxoid is an inactivated toxin. Now, what is toxin? The toxins are secreted by bacteria and it damages the host at the site of bacterial infection or distance from the site of infection. Now, here it is also mentioned that the toxin is usually an exotoxin. The toxin is usually an exotoxin. Now, when we talk about exotoxin, we have to know that there are two types of toxin. One is exotoxin and the second one is endotoxin. Endotoxin. Now, these exotoxins are actively secreted by the living cells in the medium and they are highly antigenic and it can be converted into toxoid. It can be converted into toxoid. Okay. And it also stimulates the formation of antitoxin that neutralizes the toxin. And these exotoxins are protein in nature. The exotoxins are protein in nature. Whereas the endotoxin is an integral part of the cell wall and released only on the disruption of the bacterial cells. Only on the disruption of the bacterial cells. And they are lipopolysaccharide in nature. Lipopolysaccharide in nature. So these exotoxins are protein in nature, whereas the endotoxins are lipopolysaccharide in nature. And these exotoxins are secreted by the living cells. Living cells. But these endotoxins are released only on the disruption of the bacterial cells. So these are produced from the dead cells. It is released from the dead cells. Okay. Now here it is also mentioned that these toxoids are inactivated toxins. So these toxins must be inactivated and it is suppressed by either by chemical. The chemical may be either formalin or it may be suppressed by the heat treatment. So this toxoid is produced from the inactivated toxins that are suppressed either by chemical treatment or heat treatment, while other properties, typically immunogenicity, are maintained. Now, what is immunogenicity? Immunogenicity is the ability of a foreign substance. Immunogenicity is the ability of a foreign substance, such as an antigen, to provoke immunoresponse in the human body or animal. So, in case of toxoids, this immunogenicity are maintained. So, these toxins are secreted by the bacteria, whereas the toxoids are altered form of a toxin. Why it is altered form? Because it is an inactivated toxin and it is suppressed by chemical treatment or heat treatment. So, these toxoids are the altered form of a toxins and not secreted by the bacteria. There are toxoids for prevention of diphtheria, tetanus, botulism. Now coming to the examples of toxoid. One good example is tetanus toxoid, which is derived from Tetanus plasmine that is produced by the Clostridium tetani. This Clostridium tetani, it is a gram-negative bacteria. The toxoid does not have virulence as toxins because it is inactivated and suppressed either by chemical or heat treatment. So it does not have virulence as like the toxin. The toxoids are also useful in the production of human antitoxin. So these toxoids are also used in the production of human antitoxin. Next is toxoid production. How the toxoid is produced. Let's discuss. Some bacteria can cause disease by secreting toxin. The toxoid vaccines are made using inactivated exotoxins. We have already discussed that the toxoids are produced from the inactivated exotoxins that are produced by the bacteria. The purified exotoxins are inactivated and the toxicity is suppressed either by heat treatment or chemical treatment. The chemical, recall that the chemical may be formalin, okay, or other treatments without altering the immunogenic site, that is the antigenic sites. The extracellular toxin is harvested by filtration, purified and then detoxified with 40% formaldehyde at 37 degree centigrade. Now here it is shown that it is the toxin, it is the toxic moiety, and these are antigenic determinant. Upon the heat treatment or chemical treatment, this toxic moiety is released and it is converted to toxoid, retaining these antigenic determinant sites. Thus, this toxoid is produced from the toxin, basically the exotoxin. Now, let's discuss about antitoxin. The antitoxin is an antibody with the ability to neutralize a specific toxin. So, these antitoxins have the ability to neutralize a specific toxin. The antitoxins are produced within an organisms in response to toxin exposure. So, this is in contrast to toxoid. The toxoids are produced outside organisms, whereas the antitoxins are produced within the organism and can be injected into other organism including human to treat an infectious disease. Although they are most effective in neutralizing toxin, they can also kill bacteria and other organisms. So, the function of antitoxin not only to neutralize the antitoxin, but it can also kill bacteria and other organisms. The examples are diphtheria antitoxin, botulinum antitoxin, tetanus antitoxins. And another important fact about it is that the diphtheria antitoxin is the first. Well, it was discovered by Emil von Behring and Kitasato. Okay. And this was discovered by Emil von Behring and Kitasato in 1890. And for this discovery, they received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. They obtained the Nobel Prize in Medicine or Physiology. Next is production of antitoxin. How the antitoxin is produced. The antitoxins are produced by injecting an animal with a safe amount of toxin. So we have already discussed that the antitoxins are produced within an organisms. Okay, so these antitoxins are produced by injecting an animal with a safe amount of toxin. Why safe amount? Because if the safe amount of toxin is not introduced into the animal, it can cause harm to the animal. Okay, so these antitoxins are produced by injecting an animal with a safe amount of toxins. The animal, most commonly horse. So for the production of antitoxin, most commonly horse is used. So the animal is given repeated small doses of toxin until a high concentration of the antitoxin builds up in the blood. So why small amount of toxin is introduced into the animal? Because the toxin must be safe amount. So small amount of toxin is safe amount. That's why small doses of toxin is given to the animal. So upon administration of the repeated administration of the toxin, a high concentration of the antitoxin produced in the blood. When the antitoxin produced in the blood is withdrawn from the animal. When the antitoxin is obtained from the blood, it is then purified and injected into a human or other animal to produce passive immunity. Okay, so when this antitoxin is produced, it is then purified and injected into animal or human, inducing passive immunity, because the passive immunity is produced directly by administering antibody. Okay, next is the differences between antitoxin and toxoid. First is definition. An antitoxin is an antibody that is capable of neutralizing toxin, whereas the toxoid is a chemically modified toxin which is no longer toxin but is still antigenic and can be used as a toxin. Next is immunity type. It is a type of passive immunity, whereas the toxoid is a type of active immunity. So what is passive immunity? Passive immunity is the transfer of active humoral immunity of ready-made antibodies. As this antitoxin is an antibody, so it generates the passive immunity. Whereas the toxoid results in the human or animal a type of active immunity. The active immunity results when exposure to a disease organism triggers the immune system to produce antibodies to that disease. Okay, here the uh, um, toxoid exposure triggers the immune system to produce antibodies to the particular disease. Next is mode of action. The antitoxin provides immediate passive immunity. We have already discussed that. The passive immunity is results by ready-made antibodies by the transfer of active humoral immunity. Okay. So, toxoids create long-term immunoprotection by activating the immune system. Application. Antitoxin is used to treatment of disease, whereas the toxoids act like a vaccine that prevent diseases. Next is production. Our antitoxin production produced, we have already discussed. The antitoxins are produced by injecting an animal with a safe amount of toxin. The animal most commonly horse is given repeated small doses of toxin until a high concentration of antitoxin produced in the blood. So, this antitoxin is produced by repeated administration of small doses of toxin until a high concentration of antitoxin produced in the blood. Later, the blood is withdrawn from the animal and this antitoxin is obtained from the blood and then purified and injected into animal or human, inducing the passive immunity. Because it induces the passive immunity because the antitoxin is an antibody. Whereas the toxoid is produced by by the toxin. Some bacteria can cause disease by secreting toxin. The toxoid vaccines are made using inactivated exotoxin, which is produced by the bacteria. The purified exotoxins are inactivated, then toxicity is suppressed either by heat or chemical or other treatment without altering the immunogenic site. So in toxoids, although although the toxic property is reduced, but the immunogenic sites are still present and it does not cause the alteration of the immunogenic sites. The extracellular toxin is harvested by filtration, purified and detoxified with 40% formaldehyde at 37 degrees centigrade. So these are the difference between antitoxin and toxoid. Now let's discuss the similarities between the antitoxin and toxoids. Although there are some differences between the antitoxin and toxoid, but there still presence there is still there is similarity between the antitoxin and toxoid. Both the antitoxin and toxoids are immunocomponents, and they are used for immunization because this antitoxin provide passive immunity, whereas the toxoid provide active immunity. Okay, we have already discussed that. Both the antitoxins and toxoids are important for getting immunoprotection against a particular disease in human as well as animals. These are all about the discussion about toxoid and antitoxins. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.